উত্তর আমেরিকার প্যাটারসনের সর্ববৃহৎ হালাল সুপারমার্কেট নয়া বাজার। কেনাকাটার জন্য এখানে রয়েছে খোলামেলা এবং নিরাপদ পরিবেশ। মাছ, মাংস, শাকসবজি এবং অন্যান্য যে কোনো গ্রোসারির জন্য আজই আসুন। আমাদের আছে গাড়ি পার্কিং এর সুব্যবস্থা। Noya Bazaar Supermarket, 139 Wayne Avenue, Patterson, New Jersey, 07502. Telephone number 973-942-6692.
Good evening, Shubho Shondha. Respected viewers, my name is Mohammed Rashid Didar. I'm from New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, I've worked last few years with the slogan, think big, Borough Chinta Koro. My mission and goal in every corner of the world, even in America, new immigrant who came to this dream country, to promote them, to push them, improve their career, their lifestyle, and survive well in this dream country. That is my plan and goal. Ladies and gentlemen, we have guest tonight, Councilman, Borough, Prospect Park, Mr. Anand Shah. Mr. Anand Shah, welcome in the channel, and I appreciate for your valuable time. We know you are a busy person, not only a councilman, you are also a businessman.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining with us. How are you after all the pandemic? The coronavirus, the hidden virus. Mass whole world right now. And how is your the territory, like the place, the Borough, Prospect Park? You are a public representative. Tell us, how's your life going on?
So first and foremost, greetings to all the viewers that came in, Brother Rashid, to your show, Think Big, and your team. Salam alaikum to all our elders, all our brothers and sisters that are tuned in, and obviously to everyone that's tuned in. I know it's Monday evening. You guys are probably busy with your families, but I appreciate each and every one of you taking your time out to watch Think Big and our show that's going on today. I also want to thank Brother Rashid for taking your time out. Great introduction, and thank you for all you do, and as well as your team and Think Big. And I love your slogan. I mean, your slogan automatically says it. Just 2 words: Think Big. I mean, it's a great slogan, Think Big. And, what does Think Big mean, right? Basically achievements, accomplishments, and goals. So I love that as well. But going back to you, Brother Rashid, regarding the COVID situation, and to answer your question, obviously we went through wave 1. something that's abnormal. Now we're going into possibly a wave 2, as the numbers are increasingly in the state of New Jersey, increasing day by day. And obviously, unfortunately, we're having some deaths, right? From young population, middle-aged population, even to our senior citizens. And it's an unfortunate situation that's going on right now. But the couple of things that we could do from our end, and to please remind each and every one of you and your friends, your families, and your loved ones, how we can bring the number down if we all work together, is a couple things will be basically wearing a mask. But some people that are wearing a mask might just wear a mask over their mouth. But make sure, in order to have it, to make sure it's accurate and working correctly, you want to make sure your mask is over your nose. That's one technique that we always want to make sure. Social distancing, keeping 6 feet apart, washing your hands, sanitizing your hands. That could also help us. And the good news is, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, Brother Rashid, and to all the viewers, is I think in the next couple of weeks, what I understand from the media, Pfizer is coming out with a vaccine. And they're testing it now. It's been, what I understand, it's been going very well in the test market. It's actually a vaccine that's way overdue. And if that vaccine comes in, I think that's going to save a lot of lives. It's going to save a lot of health issues that people are suffering on a day-to-day basis that are going through now. So that's my scenario. That's my scenario with COVID-19. But I know some of us folks are taking it very lightly. We need to make sure we take it very strongly. It is a life or death situation here. And every day, people are losing their loved ones, their nieces, their nephews, and something that we can prevent. Like I said, mask up. Please make sure you mask up all the way to your nose, hand sanitizing, and washing your hands through the COVID. So, Brother Rashid, that's my intake on that. Going back to your second question would be my involvement in the Borough of Prospect Park. As some of you may know, I moved in town in Prospect Park in 2007. I spoke to the mayor at that time, Mayor Krula, and I also spoke to our Democratic chairman, county and state chairman, John Curry, that, hey, I've been in business for many years, and I'm welcomed in town. And whenever a seat opens up, I would love to get back to our community and try to run for office. And I had that conversation in 2007. And approximately 10 years later, I do get a phone call from the county committee and our mayor stating that a seat might be vacant. Are you interested? And I said immediately I would be interested. I wanted to wait patiently whenever the time was right, whenever God thought that it's my time to definitely give back and serve the people. So in 2016, I did run for office. And unfortunately, against the incumbent, I did have a primary. It was a very, very tight race. But with everyone's help and support in Prospect Park that took me with open arms, we were able to prevail in 2016. And then I was sworn into office in 2017 as a councilman, as well as I am on the planning and land use board for the Borough of Prospect Park as well, where we either approve projects, we deny projects, we talk as a team, what's coming in, what kind of developments are coming into the Prospect Park. So that's also happening there. As some of you may know also, in Prospect Park might be a small community, but we do have approximately 90 acres of land to develop, that we're working with a developer, with the mayor and the council colleagues, that we want to develop that land and put in close to about 1,300 units, new homes, 100,000 square feet, a retail shopping center, our own library, a second police department. So if that happens, Brother Rashid and all the viewers, we will double our population that Prospect Park has never seen since we've been incorporated since 1901. And that's where my expertise and will come in along with my council colleagues and along with the mayor as well. And that's something, it's like a dream that come true, basically. And that's something I definitely want to be involved in and give my intake on it. And part of it to, bring Prospect Park to another level and to another different borough, double the population.
Thank you, Councilman Anand. The viewers, Councilman Anand nicely mentioned his advice, hopefully it helped me and help my viewers too. He just pointed like properly use the mask, this is very important. সুপ্রিয় দর্শক মণ্ডলী, জনাব কাউন্সিলম্যান আপনাদেরকে বলতে চাচ্ছেন যে আপনারা মাস্কটা পরবেন, যে শুধু মুখের এখানে না পরে নোজটা পর্যন্ত, নাকটা পর্যন্ত কভার করবেন। ইট ইজ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। আপনি মাস্ক পরছেন, আপনি নিজেকে রক্ষা করছেন, অ্যাজ ওয়েল অ্যাজ ইউ সেভ ইউর ফ্যামিলি হু ইজ ইউ ক্লোজ টু দিস ওয়ে আমরা জীবনের লাইফ গুলা সেভ করতে পারবো। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। ওয়ান মোর থিং, কাউন্সিলম্যান বলেছেন যে উনি প্রসপেক্ট পার্কে, উনি একজন বিজনেসম্যান ছিলেন। প্রসপেক্ট পার্কে উনি কাউন্সিলম্যান হওয়ার পরে অনেকগুলো উন্নতি সাধন করছেন। আমরা গল্পের ছলে আরো শুনবো। The program Councilman,
Sure.
let me ask you the question. I believe you born this country, right? Or
That's a great question. And can you hear me?
yeah, my question is not finished yet, Councilman.
Sure.
You born this country, and I know your background and your parents. They are from great country from India, correct?
That's
So
right.
yeah. So why, what was your dream? The mainstream politics. Can you share with us?
That's a great question, and I would love to answer. Thank you, Brother Rashid. So basically, I was born here in 1982 in the United States, in our neighboring city, which is in Passaic, New Jersey, in Passaic County. My parents are back from India. My background is in India. We have family in Gujarat. A lot of you may know our city. We come from one of our big cities is called Ahmedabad in Gujarat, and also we have family in New Delhi as well as Mumbai. So that's where my grandparents are, my family there. But I am the only child in the family. I'm the only son in the family. My father is a CPA for the last 35 years. He has his own practice in Clifton, and they deal with all the clients like lawyers, doctors, hospital surgeons. And now my mom is unfortunately disabled, but doing well health condition wise. So she's a stay-home mom now. But my mom put in a lot of hard work and dedication throughout the years and worked very, very hard. And ever since then, I grew up in Clifton. I actually went to middle school in Clifton. I went to elementary school in Clifton. I graduated from Clifton High School. And then I also went to college as well. And then I went into business. I always had a passion for business. And I had two options, Brother Rashid and the viewers. Either I go into business or follow my dad's footsteps, which is being a CPA, certified public accountant, or accountant. One thing I noticed about me is that it's very hard for me to sit in front of a chair for 8 hours a day in an office. I always like to move. I always like to be on the go. So I figured business is the way to go. My parents put me to work at a young age, delivering newspapers at 12, 13 years old while I was in school to teach me the value of a dollar, how hard it is to make a dollar, and what is the value of our currency in the United States. And then ever since then, I started with Subway at 15 years old. And then my dad gave me advice, Anand, if you have enough experience, why don't you start your own? But I said, Dad, enough money. I only have a little bit of savings that I made while delivering newspapers. So my dad said, I'll help you a little bit. Whatever your savings is, we'll put it together, and then we'll get a small business loan out. So at that time, when we got the small business loan out, it was sky's the limit in year 2000. I was unfortunately, thank God, I was fortunately, I should say, we opened our first store. We took a chance. We put our whole life savings in West Orange, New Jersey, on Main Street, and built the store from scratch. Which is the franchise called Subway. I was 17 years old at that time. We took a chance. We did very well. I had a partner that I went to school with. His name is Riyadh as well, a Muslim brother, and we did it together. And ever since then, 6 months later, we did very well, thank God. And we were able to actually buy a second store. So we didn't take no profits from our store, but whatever profits that came in, we were able to purchase a second Subway restaurant. So I was running one in West Orange. I purchased another one in West Orange in the Essex Green Shopping Center. So my partner Riyadh was running that one. And we did very well, thank God. And ever since then, I was able to pay back the loans at that time. I was actually, Brother Rashid and the viewers, at that time, I was the actually youngest franchisee, which means the youngest owner in Subway history at that time, not only throughout our country, but internationally and everywhere else as well. And then I got into Papa John's Pizza. A couple years later, as some of you know, it's another franchise. I actually owned the whole Essex County New Jersey territory rights, as well as all the stores. I started with one store. We built 8 stores in Essex County, in West Orange, South Orange, Newark. We had about 350 employees. We did very well there. And then we went back into Subway again. And some of our flagship locations, Brother Rashid and the viewers, were like Rutgers University in Newark, which we have a store there. NJIT College, Newark Airport, International, Terminal B, we have a store there. We did St. Joe's Hospital in Patterson, that I did State Community College in Patterson, where I was born in. I have grassroots there now because we opened a Subway there, as well as a pizzeria in the same hospital, St. Mary's Hospital in Passaic as well. So these are some of our flagship locations that we were able to do. And again, I want to let all the viewers know anyone could achieve their dreams, achieve achieve their accomplishments as long as you put your hard work and your dedication, your efforts in. And it has to start from somewhere. Look at my story. I started as delivering newspapers. I started working at 15, just making sandwiches. I never knew what my future is going to be like. But you know what? My dad and mom pushed me a little bit just because of that little push that they gave me and gave me the inspiration that I want to give to all the viewers. It's a dream come true. And it also goes back to your slogan, Brother Rashid, think big. So I was thinking big at 17 years old. And
thanks, Councilman. Respected viewers, like, look, this gentleman, Councilman Anand, like, I was so impressive his life journey. You know, this gentleman tell us his story. Like, I thought my program will be today is a mainstream politics, but not only that, he is a business entrepreneur. He started his journey when he was like, you know, it's imaging. Hopefully, those viewers who is listening, who is watching today's program, the two word is like, he says, this is the country's opportunity.
Yes.
Councilman, thank you so much. সম্মানিত আমার ভিউয়ারদের দৃষ্টি আকর্ষণ করছি যে দেখুন একজন ভারতীয় বংশোদ্ভূত Indian parents, their son as he's a businessman, successful businessman, he's a councilman, he's American main politics. So আমরা আমাদের সন্তান যারা আছে তাদের সবাইকে বলছি যে আপনারা এইসব লোকজনকে দেখুন, মনের স্বপ্ন, dream, goal, practice makes a man bold. Councilman, the second part of was my question, like, mainstream politics, like, I saw a lot of, like, Bengali people, a lot of Indian people, they are busy with the politics they carry from in India or Bangladesh, like, and they fight each other, and stone through a lot of things, My thing is like, what is your observation? Like, why you love the mainstream politics, and what is the advantage, like our new generation of kids, if they involve themselves in the school, college, university? Tell me, like, what is your observation?
Absolutely, and that's a great question. And why mainstream and why politics and everything else? At a young age, I tell all our young viewers, everyone that has a career, anyone that has an inspiration. One example would be our borough administrator is Bangladesh. He's our youngest borough administrator and a youngest business manager throughout the state of New Jersey. As some of you may know, Anand Shah. He always had a passion, right? And he started. So back to mainstream politics is to help people and to be a power and to be a voice for our residents, for our constituents, for the Bengali people, for everyone. Doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat, if you're independent, as long as you're a constituent of mine, if you're a friend or family of mine, a neighboring town, it's very important to always help one each other. I love to always help and give back. And I always told you, Brother Rashid, and everyone that knows me very well, and I would admit this publicly, I'm not a regular politician. I consider myself a unique politician. And the reason why I say I'm a unique politician on mainstream wise, because I'm not looking for any political favors. There's no political backlash. Openly, I'm saying that I actually want to help the people that are in need. There's so much I could do. I like to help people that are in need. I like to help people that need something. People, how can we get our kids to their next generation, their future, their dreams, especially right now with our COVID situation that's going on, Brother Rashid and the viewers. This is an abnorm that we never experienced through our lives. COVID.
The world is changed completely. The world is changed, right?
Right. The
world is changed. Everything is virtually now.
Yes. And that's why, Brother Rashid, that, like I said, when I get a phone call about, hey, my street light is out. Hey, I have no power in my house. I have electricity out. I'm having an issue with a tenant or whatever it is, to help people that are in need, because life is short. Remember, guys, we don't know if we're going to wake up tomorrow. Every day we wake up and say, thank you, God, for allowing us to have another beautiful day with our family and kids every day, because we only live once. So my goal and my inspiration to tell everyone is, let's try to do the best we can. Let's make the best of it is, because remember, we're only young ones. We're only going to be middle-aged ones, and we're only going to be senior citizen only once, right? So we don't know if we're going to be able to wake up tomorrow. So let's give it all that we have. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be trustworthy with ourselves. And always, hey, Brother Rashid, you might have a different opinion. I might have a different opinion. That's healthy. It's okay in politics. That's the world about politics. That's the world about mainstream politics. But what I always say to all my friends, family, everybody else that come to me, Hey, Councilman Shah, you have one opinion. John Doe, you have one opinion. Let's meet in the middle and move forward. And forget about the past. There is no past because we cannot change the past. But what can we do, Brother Rashid? We could change the future. We could remember this. We could, viewers, we could always change the future. The future is never too late. And even though we can't change the past, we learn from our mistakes and we move on. No one's perfect except the one person upstairs that we all respect, all the Almighty God that we respect. No one's perfect. Making mistakes is healthy. It's okay. Making mistakes is healthy. It's okay. If you don't make a mistake, you're never going to learn. But when you make a mistake, you learn from it, explore from it, and move on.
Councilman, the city, like the borough, you are councilman in charge right now.
Sure.
How many population? Number one question, and the people who are like your co-worker, like all other councilmen or administration and your mayor, and I know it's mixed culture. Like everybody, this country is an immigrant country.
Yes.
So actually, how they are very cooperative, or the team is good. Tell me about your borough shortly.
Absolutely, man. It's a great question. So Prospect Park, our slogan is, like your slogan is think big. Our slogan for Prospect Park is, in my opinion, is we're a small community with a big heart. We have a big heart for everyone. And especially the third largest city, which is Patterson, in the state of New Jersey, we always say, like our mayor and I will always say, the betterment of Patterson is the betterment of Prospect Park. Going back to your question, Brother Rashid, we have approximately 7,000 residents right now in the borough of Prospect Park. We have 6 people on our council, which with myself and 5 other council colleagues. We have our mayor, and then we have also a clerk, and then we also have an administrator. We have a great council team, in my opinion. We have a great diversity. We have Councilwoman Perez, which comes from Puerto Rico, Councilwoman Ortiz, which comes from Dominican Republic. We have Councilman Artist, which is African American. We have our newest councilman to the addition, the first ever Bangladeshi that came from the Board of Education, which I believe you interviewed him, Councilman Mohammed Surman. He's our latest and my council colleague as well. And we also have Councilman Matari, that's also from Palestine. So if you look, and myself, that's also from India. So if you look at our council team, you can see the great diversity that we all have.
Correct.
Right.
The sample of America, Councilman, thank you so much. Just now I'm going to go, since I know you, or I'm the Patterson residents long time.
Yes.
I saw you everywhere. You support in every community, and any person invite you, anything, simple things, you are there. So my question is there was a council election in second ward.
Yes.
And the election actually started from month of May.
Right.
And finally it is end, day before yesterday, or the final result, or the councilman win, and both are the same. Two Bengali candidate was, and they are the first and second. My question is, what is your comment? How you feel that? Can you share your observation and things?
Absolutely. Great question. So obviously we know second ward of Patterson's always usually the highest votes, people casting their votes, people exercising their right to vote. I do want to publicly congratulate also my friend, Councilman Shaheen Khalik, on his victory. I know he'll be sworn in possibly tomorrow, which is great news. And I think it was a great race. I think the people have spoken. I also want to give credit to our former councilman Abdurrahman for also accepting the defeat. Okay, to accept the defeat, to accept the loss. They're also not challenging the recount. They're not going to court. And I think now, slowly but surely, people have spoken, and Councilman Khalik has been reelected. And my intake on that is the Bengali community, the second ward, sixth ward, you guys have a great community. You guys have a big community. And even today, I wouldn't be where I am today. A part of it, the Bengali community did not take me with open arms in 2016. That's something I'll never forget. Bengali community in Prospect Park and Patterson, Wayne, Totowa, neighboring towns, they always have taken me with open arms. And one thing is you guys have a great big community. Now that it's over, what I would like to see, and my intake would be, Councilman Khalid will go to work for the people like he has done in the past. But what I would like to see is try to bring unity back one way or another. Again, it goes back to what I was saying previously. Councilman Khalid or Councilman Akhtaruzzaman or whoever it could be. Hey, we have your opinion. I have my opinion. Is there any way we can meet in the middle? Can we move on? Maybe we don't know what the future is going to bring. Maybe if the population allows it, it doesn't have to be Councilman Akhtaruzzaman, but it could be another Bengali candidate. Maybe you guys could even have a Bengali candidate in 2022 at large, because the population is there. The people are there. The Bangladeshi vote, the bloc is there. Bangladeshi people are moving in every day as we speak. And the biggest news is they're becoming citizens and legal voters. Remember that your block, even when you guys don't have no more room in second ward, where are they moving in? They're coming into our town of Prospect Park with open arms. We're welcoming a city and a borough. We're into our neighboring town, Brother Rashid and the viewers. In Halden, they're coming into North Halden and Totowa. So they're expanding. They're becoming citizens. They're becoming, they're young, they're smart, they're educated. And I think if we could unite and cut down on the fighting physically as well as verbally, I think this would be a powerful block of community that no one could ever touch, and you guys will always be bigger and ever and stronger than ever. And that's something that I always look forward to. And I'm looking forward to also working with Councilman Khalid, his team, and I want to congratulate him, his campaign team, and everyone as part of the council on a great victory as well.
Thanks for your honest comment. সুপ্রিয় দর্শক মণ্ডলী, আমার প্রশ্ন ছিল কাউন্সিলম্যান আনন্দ শাহের কাছে যে সেকেন্ড ওয়ার্ডে যে প্যাটারসন সিটির ভোট হলো, এই ভোটেরকে মূল্যায়ন করার জন্য আনন্দ শাহ অত্যন্ত সুন্দরভাবে এক্সেলেন্ট ওয়েতে নবনির্বাচিত নিউলি রিইলেক্টেড কাউন্সিলম্যান শাহিন খালেককে অভ্যর্থনা জানিয়েছেন এবং উনি যে বাঙালি কমিউনিটির ভিতরে এবং এই যে একটা একতা, একটা ইউনিটির ডাক দিয়েছেন, হি কল্ড এ ইউনিটি। দিস ইজ ভেরি নাইস। আমরা we actually want those kind of good word for the public representative like Anand Shah, and this way the world will be good, sun will be shine brightly tomorrow morning. We stop those kind of things because he mentioned earlier the life in short. she boleche je জীবনটা অনেক ছোট, there is no guarantee we woke up tomorrow morning. This is excellent. So আমরা আরো মজার কথা বলবো। Respected viewers, don't go anywhere. I'm going to take a little break and sure you guys join with me again. Thanks for watching.
নিউ জার্সির সকল রেসিডেন্টসের দৃষ্টি আকর্ষণ করছি, নিউ জার্সিতে সুলভ মূল্যে বাড়িঘর ক্রয় বিক্রয়ের জন্য একমাত্র নির্ভরযোগ্য প্রতিষ্ঠান EXP রিয়েলিটি। EXP রিয়েলিটির সেলিং এজেন্ট জনাব গোলাম হাসান জানাচ্ছে আপনাদেরকে স্বাগতম। আপনারা EXP তে ফোন কল করুন, টেলিফোন নাম্বার 973-557-5158।
Thank you so much, respected viewer. এতক্ষণ আমাদের সাথে থাকার জন্য আবার ফিরে এলাম। সুপ্রিয় দর্শক মণ্ডলী, দেখুন একজন মানে একটা স্বপ্ন, একটা ড্রিম নিয়ে this kids, the Councilman Anand Shah, he started his journey with a businessman. Now he's a successful businessman and successful councilman, and still he's a young, Mr. Anand, how old are you now? And last few minutes we are talking very serious talk, right? Now I can talk with you like, about what is your hobby? Like people, did you cook yourself, or do you know how to make anything? Or what is your hobby? Like, tell us, share with us.
That's great. So my hobby is, I'm 38 years old now. I still have a long way to go, but I think I'm very extremely happy.
Is you single? Is you single, Councilman?
Am I what?
Is you single?
I'm actually, I do have a girlfriend, and we'll see, and maybe we'll see how what the future brings. And great question, and possibly maybe get engaged or married. Obviously, I think it's the age.
So still you are a flying bird.
I'm a flying bird. yeah.
I hear you.
And my hobby is, to answer your question, brother Rashid. Apart from politics, apart from business, everything else, I love sports. Actually, in school, high school, I played basketball and football. I still play basketball even in my park in Prospect Park in Hafsa Park. And I love sports, man. I love sports. I love watching sports, and also apart from that, I love also like the media, staying in tune with all the news that's going on throughout our state and throughout the country, like CNN, CNBC, and Fox. So that's my hobby, apart from working hard.
Thank you so much. Councilman, the question I want to ask you right now, I know you are a public man, you go every community and you know the heartbeat of the people, So what is the main problem, social problem right now in every community? What is the problem? I want to ask you, because you guys are attached to the people. I am attached to the people too, but the way you guys go to the people, knock the door people, I'm not talking the door people, but I want to know the people social problem and solution. Can you share with us shortly?
Absolutely, and that's another great question, Brother Bashir. And you have great questions, and I think even for our respective viewers, so I appreciate that. But basically, even when we knock on doors, when we go to think, is what is the solution here, right? And again, it goes back to what I reiterated a couple minutes ago. What happens is that sometimes, in my opinion, just in my opinion, is that people are holding on to their ego. So they only have one way of thinking. It's either one way or the highway, which I don't believe in that at all. And I try to break the ice. I'm a peacemaker, Brother Rashid, and respective viewers. And again, why am I a peacemaker? And why do I like to break the ice? Because health is very important. Our family is very important. And tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to wake up. We only live once, right? So I don't know if tomorrow I'm going to wake up or not. So if I'm not in this world no more, why do I want to hold on to ego? Okay, yes, it's healthy. Even the doctors, the medical experts will say, okay, hold on to the ego if you want, but for a day, 2 days, 3 days. But eventually, let's let the ego go. Even if we can't, let's meet in the middle, let the ego go. So that's always what I've been seeing in the communities, is that some people have their own way of thinking. And whether even if you try to consult with them, even if you try to coach with them, it's very hard. And it's sometimes all you could do is, hey, at the end of the day, we could say, I tried, I gave it all I can. It is what it is. And going back to the election, Brother Rashid, if you can see, both parties worked extremely hard, and there was one winner. Unfortunately, it's one winner, and some people have lost the election. But right, it's always one winner in any election. So it's done. Right, it's done. It's moving on. The former councilman accepted defeat. So same thing. You let the ego go and you move forward. So that's what I always see. And that's where I come into to become either a peacemaker or icebreaker, because I like to make peace. And one thing my father always taught me at a young age, and my mom as the only child, Anand, you could be upset, but do me a favor. Be upset for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. You never want to ruin a relationship. You never want to burn the friendship relationship. You never know when you're going to need that party again. 10 years later, you might need them again. 5 years later, even that party might need you one day, which is fine. And why hold on to it? And second thing to that is that, Brother Rashid, is that it messes up our health. Our anxiety level gets high. Our stress level gets high. Panic attacks can happen. I'm not a medical expert. Stress attack, chemical imbalance. All because of stress and all because of ego. Our health is very important. Forget about the politics. Forget about everything right now. Let's take care of ourselves. Let's break the ego and let's break the ice as much as we can. You eat up a little bit. I eat up a little bit. Let's move forward.
Thanks, Councilman. Viewers, I want to share one thing, about the Councilman Anand. I just remember, few months ago, the pandemic time, I believe, and I was one of the Subway store, and I saw the councilman. He's the owner of that store. He was making the Subway sandwich. I was very impressive, councilman. Right now, you just mentioned that we have to throw our ego, and I just remembered that things. I'm telling the truth, right? I saw you making and I came in my house and I told my daughter. And my daughter also saw one day you was making the Subway sandwich for her. So no shame. This is the country, we have to respect all kind of job. Being a councilman of a borough, being an owner of you don't need to make the Subway. No. But so this is very, very excellent, Councilman. I appreciate you point out the ego. Ego is very dangerous, and anger,
It is.
the anger finished you. If you anger, then you lose everything. You just mentioned, you and me, we are not a doctor or
No.
medical person, but it is my belief that if you can throw your ego, anger, the one more things I just want to add, my viewers, don't carry anything, just because our Lord says, throw your anger, carry all the things, then you can go forward next day. Anyhow, Councilman, I, long time we are see you are in all the community. You doing the good job. Can you share us like your dream, like I know you are doing the Democratic Party's big role, and and not only that, can you tell us about this election? The election, I am this country like 22 years. I never saw, and nobody saw this American history, this kind of outrage, man. This is horrible, now our generation, and every people in this country, all corner of the 50 state, people are worried our future, our political things. Can you tell us your observation, what's going on?
Absolutely. Thank you, Brother Rashid, and respective viewers, everyone that has those tuned in. And that's another a great question. I do want to go back to one point about the subway that you came to, and why was I behind the counter, Brother Rashid, and respective viewers. Even though I don't need to be behind the counter and make sandwiches or sweep or mop or thing, but as a leader, we have to set by example. In order for my stores to be successful, I need to lead and set by example that, hey, the owner is here doing making the sandwiches, staying behind the counter. So let's follow it. It's not only about collecting money, collecting profits every week, every month, because then I don't know if I'm going to be in business, right? I've been in, knock on wood, and thank God that I've been in business for almost 20 years now. And there's a reason why I've been in business for almost 20 years, because again, you got to set by example and lead by example. So I just wanted to get back to you about the subway there. And that's why you see me sometimes behind the counter. And again, I cannot sit in the office for 8 hours a day. And that's why I am always on the go, because I cannot just sit on the desk. But going back to your main question about politics and about this election, as a delegate for myself, I think I'm the first ever from Prospect Park becoming a national delegate for our newly president-elect Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, vice president for the 34th district and the 35th district, which includes your city as well, Brother Rashid, the entire city of Patterson. It's an honor. It's an honor and a privilege to be a delegate for President-elect Joe Biden, as well as our Vice President Kamala Harris. And remember, this election was very different, viewers. Why? What's the main reason we're? Two reasons why. Number one is COVID-19. Now we can't go to the polls. Everything is done by mail. Vote by mail. If you want to go to the polls, you have to vote provisionally. Also, if you notice, since it was vote by mail, President-elect Joe Biden has hit history with the highest number of votes tallied and casted for him as well, which is awesome. Again, I know President Donald Trump has not conceded the election. I know Michigan today certified their election, the state for President-elect Joe Biden. And again, it's the same situation on a national level, Brother Rashid and the viewers, is that if you look at the former President George Bush, who was a Republican, has already congratulated President Joe Biden. And he also said in his own words, as a Republican, that I do not think that there was any fraud or any evidence showing that this election was not fair. I think this election, the people have spoken. And I want to congratulate President Joe Biden, as well as Vice President Kamala Harris. Why would a Republican leader and a former president say that? Why? Again, life is short. He understands the results are done. Election is done. And former President George Bush wants to work with President Joe Biden. because now it's done. Nothing we can move forward. It goes back to a local level on Second Ward. Councilman Shaheen Khalid will be getting sworn in, what I'm hearing tomorrow. Whether we like it, don't like it, doesn't matter. He is our respected leader as of tomorrow. And basically anything that needs to go through Second Ward, we either go through Councilman Khalid or his team, whoever his legislative aides are, right? So that's where it's very, very, I think. And I also want to bring up one point because you brought up the election, Brother Rashid. I also want to congratulate, and because they didn't have anything to do with this election, Councilman Gilman Chowdhury and his council aides that worked day and night. Commissioner Imran, for example, which is a council aide. Evelyn Penna, which is a council aide. They working day and night. They're not getting much from the community, nothing. They want to give back to the community, and they're all young, fresh blood, and motivated. If you have seen what they have accomplished in the last couple months, it makes my heart very proud. They're helping the people. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, anyone that needs help, they're there. If a poll light is out, Councilman Gilman's right on it. 12 o'clock at night, 12 in the afternoon. Being in our position, respective viewers, we do not have an easy task. We're like doctors. We're like the police department. We are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because this is something that we chose to do and something that you have put us in office to be your voice and your power. So that's where I stand with politics when it comes to that. And I hope that President Donald Trump, and at the end of the day, you know what? Even though he's a Republican, President Donald Trump, I will still give him some respect because why? I'm a businessman. And from a business point of view, in the last 3.5 years, President Donald Trump, from a business point of view, we have hit low interest rates. These are the facts. We have hit higher CD rates, higher interest rates. Our housing market, look at our housing market, has gone up tremendously. So except the COVID, unfortunately, President Trump and his team took it lightly, which is the most important thing because we want to save lives. And he didn't take that seriously. But there's always pros and cons and about everybody. So that's all it is. That's a pro about President Trump, in my opinion. And there's also cons about President Trump not handling the COVID situation that he could have done a better job at.
That's correct. Donald Trump have a 72 million vote, you know.
Yes.
This is not, people behind him. Councilman, সুপ্রিয় দর্শক মন্ডলী, কাউন্সিলম্যান আনন্দ সাহা কাছে আমার প্রশ্ন ছিল যে এই প্রেসিডেন্ট ইলেকশনকে কিভাবে মূল্যায়ন করা হয়। সে চমৎকারভাবে বলেছে যে সে একজন ডেমোক্রেট হলেও সে কাউন্সিলম্যান ডোনাল্ড ট্রাম্পের প্রতি সম্মান রেখে বলেছে যে তার সময় এদেশে বিজনেস অনেক বেশি গ্রো করেছে এবং the people only COVID-19, he cannot, organize or manage correctly, and তার কিছু মুখের, the language problem, those kind of things, whatever. But not only that, Anand Shah, এই যে গিলম্যান চৌধুরী, ইমরান হাসান এবং আরেকজন, এরা যে নিঃস্বার্থভাবে during the period of, interim period, like, they work very hard. তারা যে অনেক ভালো কাজ করেছে সিটি অফ প্যাটারসনে, তার জন্য সে প্রশংসা করেছে, অ্যাপ্রিশিয়েট করেছে। This is very excellent, respected viewers, we are just end of our program, I like to talk with Councilman Anand like maybe 2 hours, but our team, they give me 45 minutes. We almost at the end, and I hope we'll talk in future with the Councilman Anand Shah and his team. But at the end of the day, he says the very important talk, very informative and very positive talking. The life is short. Do some good job,
Please.
The Lord send us only this world, not like, we do for ourselves, or we eat ourselves, or we do the job for ourselves. We have to do for human being, something for the other people, 2 words for the good people. Hopefully you guys like last 45 minutes, because Mr. Anand Shah's all the talk and very impressive, very motivated, and I actually like, and hopefully my viewers, you guys enjoy last few minutes. At the end of the shows, the talk shows, Mr. Councilman Anand, just few words, like, for the word you not even talk in your lifetime, can you tell my viewers, like, few word, just last conclusion.
Absolutely. And Brother Rashid, again, to you, to Think Big channel, to all your entire team, thank you for having me on, first and foremost. Thank you to all the respective viewers. You guys have a great show. I wish you many more years of happiness and success at the same time. And I want to let your viewers and everyone know my doors are always open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can always get me on Facebook, Facebook Messenger. My cell phone number is there. Any way I can help and assist. Don't be shy ever. Don't be nervous. It could be any question. That's what I'm here for. If I could, and again, if I could help, I will honestly tell you, yes, I can. If it's something out of my ordinary, I will try to lead you to the right person that can help. And if I can't do it, I'll say, I'm sorry, brother or sister. I apologize, but this is something that I can't do. But again, guys, please, number one thing before we close out the show, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, please follow all the COVID-19 restrictions and safety measures. We need each and every one of you to be safe. We want each and every one of you to be happy. We want each and every one of you to be healthy throughout the holidays that are coming up. Thanksgiving, some of you may celebrate Christmas, not celebrate Christmas, New Year. In order for us to make it there every day, please wear your mask on your nose, hand washing, sanitizing. And remember, like Brother Rashid's show is, think big, think long term, think big. Keep your accomplishment going, keep your career going, keep your goals, have big goals with the holidays coming, with the New Year's coming. Any way I can help and assist, I'm always a phone call away. I want to see each and every one of you succeed. I'm here to help any way I can. I'm here to assist any way I can. And I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for having me on. It's an honor and it's a true privilege to be on your show. Thank you to the respective viewers. And please don't ever give up on your dreams. For your kids, for your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, anything and everything is possible. Always keep that in mind. So that will be my closing statement. I appreciate each and every one of you. Salam alaikum to all my elders, to my brothers, my sisters, and greetings to each and every one of you. And again, happy holidays to each and every one of you that are celebrating that's coming up. I know we have an abnormal time because of social distancing, but we could still celebrate with our mask with the nose and social distancing. May God bless each and every one of you. May God bless Patterson. May God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Councilman Anand Shah. Respected viewers, Councilman Anand Shah talked last 45 minutes. Hope you guys enjoy, because every word and every dialogue from his mouth, very impressive and very informative. Hopefully our new generation, new voter, and especially my goal, like, the immigrant who comes from this country and their kids are growing here, go to the school. Definitely we want, like, our kids, they need to go to the Washington, D.C., the main house of this country. Why not? This is the country of opportunity. Councilman Anand Shah is the rising example. He's only 38, long way. We have to stay in the positive track, viewers. So involve with your kids, think positive, think big, forget every ego.
Yes.
Don't carry any bad temper. This way, as an immigrant, our kids will be, one day we're going to see their successful life. I appreciate again Councilman Anand Shah, because I invite him, my platform, my slogan, and he responds. This gives us the inspiration, and I am actually talk everybody's. I'm trying to do something different way, to create something, because if we do not talk with those great people like Anand Shah, great people like who own day before yesterday, second word, next week, viewers, I will talk with the newly elected Board of Education Commissioner. So we need to talk with them, and we need to understand what their goal, and I believe the viewers, their parents, their kids, they will be benefited. So, again, thank you so much who was with me. And I just, appreciate this night who was viewers with us last hour or 45 minutes. Hopefully it will be help you guys, and 2 hours and apply your life, it will be work. Thanks again, Councilman Anand Shah, for your valuable advice in all respect: election, COVID-19, business trips, mainstream politics. You excellent. Hopefully my viewers are very satisfied, and wish you good health and every success on your life and path. And hopefully see you again in my platform. Viewers, wish you guys, everybody's good health, happy life. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
স্টার রেস্টুরেন্ট, এখানে পাবেন বাংলাদেশি, পাকিস্তানি এবং ইন্ডিয়ান হালাল খাবার। বিদেশে বাংলাদেশের স্বাদ। নান, কাবাব, বিরিয়ানি এবং সব ধরনের দেশি খাবারের জন্য আজই স্টার রেস্টুরেন্টে আসুন। Star Restaurant, 326 Chamberlain Avenue, Patterson, New Jersey, 07502. Phone 973-653-3208. উত্তর আমেরিকার প্যাটারসনে সর্ববৃহৎ হালাল সুপারমার্কেট নয়া বাজার। কেনাকাটার জন্য এখানে রয়েছে খোলামেলা এবং নিরাপদ পরিবেশ। মাছ, মাংস, শাকসবজি এবং অন্যান্য যে কোনো গ্রোসারির জন্য আজই আসুন। আমাদের আছে গাড়ি পার্কিং এর সুব্যবস্থা। Noya Bazaar Supermarket, 139 Wayne Avenue, Patterson, New Jersey, 07502. Telephone number 973-942-6692.
নিউ জার্সির সকল রেসিডেন্টসের দৃষ্টি আকর্ষণ করছি। নিউ জার্সিতে সুলভ মূল্যে বাড়িঘর ক্রয় বিক্রয়ের জন্য একমাত্র নির্ভরযোগ্য প্রতিষ্ঠান EXP রিয়েলিটি। EXP রিয়েলিটির সেলিং এজেন্ট জনাব গোলাম হাসান জানাচ্ছে আপনাদেরকে স্বাগতম। আপনারা EXP তে ফোন কল করুন। টেলিফোন নাম্বার 973-557-5158।